I stumble. Strength leaves my body. I feel like I'm withering and I can't do anything to stop it, in the same way you can't stop sand from falling in an hourglass. I'm suffocating. My throat burns. Was all the air sucked from this hallway? From the entire school? Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't there, like, a thing that was supposed to, like, kill everyone on campus in a few days that we discovered, like, a few days ago? Huh. Interesting, that. I sway and by accident stagger toward a window. Just for fear I jerk it open. Oh, yeah. The field is harvesting, clearly. You absolute idiots, Shiro. What? I freeze. This is unbelievable. I can't even find the wherewithal to get confused. Outside the window, the entire campus is a field of endless red. It looks like the school was carved out of the world and plunged into a sea of red. The school building looks like an altar, draped in a red canopy. And then finally, I realize what's happening. I move away from the window. I muster up what sense I have left and force my feet to move, heading into the classroom closest to me. Inside, not a single student is seated in any of the chairs. They're all lying on the floor. Even the teacher is on the floor, behind the podium. They're still breathing. Everyone is convulsing as if pleading for help. Okay, hold on. Quick question. So, Shinji obviously lured me in here. Even if he didn't specifically set up this trap, he lured me in here so I would fall into it, clearly. So he knew about it, knew about the timing of it, knew it was probably about to trigger. Did he... And hopefully he warned his sister not to go to school today. I would hope. Now, obviously, like, there's a whole bunch of other people dying here, but, you know, Sakura's the one we actually know, so she's obviously the one I'm a bit more attached to than random Japanese high school student number 372. Nobody's dead yet. The students don't have the strength to get up. They're just waiting to rot away. Seeing their miserable state on the floor. Brings to mind the burning ruins from that day. The nausea intensifies. But I can still get a handle on the situation. I take a look at the students on the floor. It's difficult, but we can breathe. They're not dead. If I hurry and get help, there may be a chance to save them. But the moment I check the face of a student nearby, something clicks inside my head. Their skin. It's hard as wax. Not everyone is like this. It varies from person to person, but the most severely weakened student's blood seems to have coagulated around their joints. Oily and glistening. Stiff, motionless arms, fixed, staring eyes, just like wax figures. I know this. I recognize this scene. Stop. This is just a hellscape. I know this site well. I said, stop. All that's sustaining me now is anger that has completely eclipsed any fear. Ugh. My left arm tingles. The command spell on the back of my hand is warning me that an enemy is nearby. I run, though my breathing is heavy and labored. I've long since lost my mind. Yo, Mia! Glad to see you're doing better than I expected. So, what do you think of this? At the end of the hallway, Shinji Mato is standing in front of Class C. My arm throbs. So I forget exactly how the command spells work, because now might be the time to use one, quite frankly. But, like, can I use a command spell to, like, contact Saber at a distance? Be like, Saber, get over here now. It's going down. My command spells are screaming at me, telling the boy just ahead caused all of this. So this is all you're doing, Shinji. I can't breathe properly, but I glare at Shinji, who's keeping his distance. He must really like what he's seeing. Because the next thing I know, Shinji throws his arms wide and starts cackling in the blood-red hallway. Of course it is! I knew as soon as you arrived, so I triggered the bounded field. It wasn't Easy's time just right, you know. If I did too early, you'd run away. If I did too late, we would have had to face each other. I wanted to see the look on your face myself, so I didn't want to make it too simple. So you were lying about having something to discuss. Discuss? Actually, we're just about to start that part. I need to show Tasaka how much better I am than you. And I should apologize for lying to you as well. See, I didn't tell you that I was the one who put the bounded field up over the school. Shinji laughs like it's the funniest thing ever. I guess I've learned never to trust him. Hey, you don't look as surprised as I'd have thought. So when I told you the bounded field wasn't mine, you didn't believe me. Oh, this is too good. So sometimes even you don't trust people. Shinji's merry laughter bores into my skull like a drill. I have to point out, I'm plenty surprised. That's a party one in this stream, I'm pretty sure. Shiro? I had just been bracing myself to learn who set up this bounded field. Shinji or the other master. That was all. That's so much for my optimism. I should have settled things with Shinji the moment I learned he was a master. This is all my fault. Shinji, why did you do this? Were you lying about having no intention of fighting too? Well, I think that was the truth. I had no intention of activating this. It was really a negotiating tool. Oh, hello. What is that? Is that Mormon Imperator? Huh. Interesting name. Yes, I can see all the chats. Indeed, I can. Anyways, if I set a bomb, Tasaka would think twice about attacking me. And I'd have an ace up my sleeve in case something happens. I see. But Tasaka said it would take a few more days to activate the bounded field. Does that mean she miscalculated? Huh. She would say that, but you know, the bounded field may not be complete, but it's already formed. Activating it is no problem. Okay. I admit that does make it less effective at this point. It might take a few more minutes to kill anyone. Stop it. The nausea is long since gone. That one thing is all I can think to say to Shinji right now. Stop it! Stop what? You're not telling me to stop this bounded field, are you? I can't waste a perfectly good bounded field by stopping it after it's already been activated. I said stop it. Do you have any idea what you've done? You're pissing me off. You think you can order me around? Besides, this is my power. I'm the one who decides whether or not to stop it. And if you really want me to stop it, the least you can do is get on your knees and beg. Honestly, you and Fujimura both need to learn your place. Hey, what about Fujini? Eh? Oh, Fujimura. She managed to squirm around even after the bounded field activated. Everyone was dropping like flies, but there she was, still wobbling around. So she hobbled over to me since I was still standing. It had the nerve to tell me to call an ambulance. Unbelievable, right? Playing the model teacher and all that. Of course I'm not gonna do something like that. Don't want to. Fujimura kept clinging to me, which really pissed me off. But when I kicked her, she stopped moving. She'll probably die first. I feel a switch flipping inside me. Just like I said, something about pressing a switch in my head, but it's nothing like that. There's this echoing clang in my head. A firing hammer strikes inside my head, and the inside of my body suddenly switches over. This is your last warning. Stop the bounded field, Shinji. You really don't get it, do you? The more you try ordering me around, the less I want to listen. If you don't like what I'm doing, then you'd better try to stop me yourself, Amiya. Got it? That's really simple. All I have to do, I need to stop him so I can stop the bounded field. Something surges inside me. Fiery heat blooms through my whole body. There's no more than 20 meters between me and Shinji. It should only take an instant. My body is surging with vitality, so much more than when I activate my magic circuits. Ha! You really are an idiot! A shadow wavers. The dark shape waiting in the corner of the hallway begins to take shape and move. A hard, sharp edge made of darkness itself. It's like a guillotine, ready to cleave anything that approaches Shinji in two. I don't know what kind of MageCraft it is. 3 shadows emerge. That's all there is, can't prevent it on my own or don't need to stop. Hold on a moment. Let me just consult some of my data. It could be from related to Ryder, maybe. I doubt he came here alone. Info, skills, nullify, riding. Okay, so we got like nothing. No data. That's a flowchart. And I don't think weapon really. Yeah, don't have anything on that. Okay. Well, I don't need a stop. I can't prevent it on my own. 3 shadows. 3 shadows. Well, this could be where I die. Shinji seems pretty confident in this, but I've got some weird surge of power. And when has Emiya ever been known to think level-headedly and rationally? We're a bit strong-headed in that regard. 3 shadows. Let's go for it! No, I can't stop. Not now. Not how strong it may be. If it doesn't hit me, it won't matter. 3 blades come at me like a blast of wind. You're the idiot, Shinji! This attack is nothing compared to Saber's. I pass through the gaps between the 3 overlapping shadows. I don't feel any danger from the shadows. That's right, I'm not afraid of the dark. There's no problem then. Saber taught me that I shouldn't hesitate as long as I don't sense that the attack will be fatal. I close in on him. He has no shadows protecting him. Just a few more steps, maybe 3 more meters, and I can... Stop! Don't come near me! Shinji turns and runs. Don't I reach out to grab his back? I feel a chill run through my entire body, and I quickly jerk my arm back. Something cuts through the air. A black blade slices through the space I'd been occupying just an instant before. I stop. I don't know where she came from, but standing in front of me now. I see the woman dressed in ominous black, so dark even the most venomous shade of crimson seems pale in comparison. Ah. Ooh, that's an interesting track. My mind goes blank with fear. I'm going to die. I don't want to think about it, but the image of my own brutal death fills my head. I sense it. I sense only death. The shadows earlier were nothing like this. Good, Ryder. Don't hold back. You can do whatever you want with them. Remember my training? Yeah. Ryder's form blurs. I need to... I'll need to defeat it before I get defeated, or this isn't going to be a battle. Yeah, if Saber's training taught me anything, I don't think I can go up against a servant one-on-one, so, yeah, let's bail. I retreat immediately. This isn't a good time to fight. I need to regroup and make Shinji stop the bounded field. Dang. Ah! Not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. I don't even know what I'm so terrified of. Without thinking, I throw an arm out to cover my neck. Okay, maybe that was the wrong choice? Something sharp buries itself in my arm. The whole sound of scraping bone tells me the next attack will end me. I run. Can't afford to look back. I just cover my vital spots with my hands as best I can in my frantic retreats. Well. The sharp edge slowly saws through my body with a horrible jarring sound. A spray of my own blood blots out my vision. Meanwhile... Ryder is rushing toward me so quickly that I can't even see her. You know, come to think of it, trying to run away from Ryder. That may not have been the wisest decision. Ugh. With each cut, I hear sounds I can't even recognize come from my own mouth. I continue my desperate retreat, somehow surviving the dozens of fatal blows striking at me. I don't know what I'm doing. Ryder's dagger is buried in my arm. My clothes are tattered and torn, and my flesh is brutally shredded. But I'm still able to shield myself with my own body, blocking the attacks aimed at my neck and head. This isn't a conscious thing at all anymore. Pure instinct drives my reactions as I desperately try to survive Ryder's attacks. My breathing is labored. I'm only running away, rushed along by the imminent death looming over me. Eventually, whatever strength I have left will fade, and she'll catch up to me. Then I'm dead. That's what Saber had been trying to tell me. Don't fight against a servant. Fight wouldn't even be the right word for it. She told me again and again, so why the hell am I in this position now? All I want to do is catch Shinji as fast as possible, make him shut off this goddamn bounded field, so what the hell am I doing? What are you doing, Ryder? That's enough, just end this already, he can't do anything anyway. Shinji is elated, his voice triumphant. Ryder nods and swings her dagger up in a wide arc. She's striking at my head. I can't dodge. All I can really do is try to prevent her from hitting anything vital. The dagger stabs into my shoulder, right below the collarbone. I hear a high-pitched metallic sound, then the click of a tongue. What? The end of Ryder's daggers starting to disintegrate? This is a surprise. I cannot kill you with my blade. Ryder stops. In that instant, I frantically try to come up with a way to leverage this sudden opportunity. Well, so much for that. Then gravity shall kill you. Gravity? I'm getting done in by gravity? The indignity! Something strikes me with all the force of a sledgehammer, and I go flying out the window. Ugh! It had only been a kick to the stomach, but I go flying, shattering the window. We're on the 3rd floor. That's a rough fall, but that's not a guaranteed fatality, for sure. Left alone, I'll die of blood loss anyway, so a fall from this height will be enough to finish me off. I mean, an ordinary human would be dead on the spot from a blow strong enough to send them flying like this anyway. I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet, or maybe I'm just hallucinating right before I die. But my body is still suspended in midair. It's like Looney Tunes logic of like, you know, you can be out in midair for a bit, like you run off the cliff and then it's like, oh, here I am. And then only once you notice that you're off the cliff is when gravity takes effect. How? I reach out desperately, grasping for something, anything. The sky is crimson. The school is pulsating like a creature's stomach. And am I just going to die? Let something like this happen? Let this happen? Am I going to let myself die without saving so much as a single person? I can't! I grit my teeth furiously. I can't win. This is not even a battle. I knew that going in, but I still screwed it up. There's no more pain. All I feel is my sheer rage making my insides unravel. I thought I could do it alone. This is what I get for saying I won't let Saber fight. I was an idiot! I can't save anyone on my own. If I really wanted to end this war, there's one thing I should have done right from the start. He asked me, whether I was really not going to fight, not kill, and not let anyone kill. If I realize my mistake, I should first decide what to fix, then decide who to punish. And then I see it. There, on my arm, still reaching up as if to touch the heavens, my command spells, waiting for an order. Let's see, I can summon Saber. I need Saber to come save me. Or I can't waste my spells. I've got to summon her, right? Like, I'm dead if I don't get Saber here. Clearly. So. Alright, Saber. Let's see what you got. I'm just kind of curious what the difference between these two choices are. Like, because you can read it one of two ways. It's either the difference is I'm using my command spell to get Saber, and this is me just kind of hoping she shows up, or it's I'm just summoning Saber to do what she does and let her take the wheel here, versus I'm summoning Saber specifically to come save me from this. I think in either case, you gotta summon Saber. Because I trust her judgment in general when it comes to a combat situation, so I don't think I need to necessarily specify, like, oh, by the way, make sure I don't die. I think that's already high on her priorities list. And if it's I'm summoning her versus I'm just hoping she shows up, well, I don't think hope's gonna get you very far here. This ain't the 2008 election. We're not gonna win it with hope and change. So yeah, let's summon Saber. Please, come. I remember those words like a prayer. My life doesn't matter anymore. But to have stopped the savage brutality. No. Come, Saber! I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. Bet I just broke reality? Whoa! That's an entrance. So this is magic. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me. Ugh. My back slams into the ground. Ah. I stop breathing. The force of impact jars every bone and organ in my body. Several ribs crack or probably break outright. And yet, my body is intact. My bloody arms are still attached. Saber runs to me. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I push to my feet to show her that I'm alright. There's no time to explain. You understand what's happening, right, Saber? Please wait, Shiro. I do understand, but first your body must... Take care, Ryder. Only you can beat her. I cannot. Treating you is my first priority. You will not survive these wounds. No. There's something else that needs doing first. We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important. But if I do that... Saber's focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to listen, I just need to use my second command spell. Okay, let's not be ridiculous now. She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision. Understood, Master. Your orders. Defeat Ryder. I'll handle Shinji. Saber does not hesitate. She nods and, without another word, turns toward the school building like a whirlwind. I run up the stairs. Ryder and Shinji are on the third floor. I can tell Shinji's still on the 3rd floor because of the way my command spells are reacting. The moment I set foot on the 3rd floor, sparks fly. Is that Ryder? I couldn't see it, but Saber must have parried Ryder's attempt at a sneak attack from above. Shiro, I will defeat Ryder. Please take care of Ryder's master. She doesn't need to tell me. Saber can't possibly lose to Ryder. She won't. I'm absolutely sure after what little I was able to learn of Ryder's abilities during my brief fight with her. Saber's abilities vastly exceed Ryder's. I'm leaving her up to you, but try not to go too far. It'll be over soon once I stop Shinji. I run right past Saber. That same instant, Ryder flings a dagger at me with murderous intent, but Saber rushes in to deflect the attack. I run down the hallway. Ahead, I see a bewildered Shinji. Guess I'll be at a disadvantage if I go at him empty-handed. I need a weapon. It should be long, like the mop leaning against the locker there. Trace, on. I pass magical energy through my body as I run. Maybe I'm not distracted, or maybe I just can't afford to think of anything else. I manage to strengthen the plastic mop as effortlessly as breathing. The shadows begin forming again. I'm badly injured, but I don't feel the least bit sluggish. More than that, I have a weapon now. That means I don't even need to dodge. I use the mop to smack aside each shadow as it flies towards me. The mop breaks, but I expected as much from something done so hastily. Besides, I don't need it anymore. I'm so close. Shinji! I lash out with a furious punch. The impact jars my arm, which is still practically cut to ribbons, so painfully that I nearly pass out. I punch Shinji in the stomach, and then grab him and shove him against the wall. Ew! Shinji tries to shove my hand away. Without missing a beat, I kick his grasping arm. I can't even control myself right now. I slam the arm I kicked against the wall and break it. I don't even hear Shinji's screams. This is bad. If I don't focus, it might be me who faints. I should hurry while I can still move. I grab Shinji's hair and smash him against the wall. Scream later. Release the bounded field, Shinji! Oh, who are you to tell me? I grab Shinji by the throat with the arm I can still control. Blood pours from my arm. It seeps through my clothes and it drips onto Shinji's body, staining him. If you won't shut off the bounded field, then I just have to kill you. I don't care which it is, so pick one now. I squeeze. It must be all the magical energy coursing through my body. I could snap his neck like a twig. You're bluffing. You couldn't do something like that. Besides, I haven't killed anyone yet. I was just borrowing a little midlife from everyone. That's not how self-defense works under the law. Okay, then. Bye, Shinji. I squeeze harder. There's no hesitation. Maybe a little sympathy. I feel bad as a fellow mage. Shinji was never taught the rules of being a mage, and so didn't have any problem killing innocents. You know, I mean, I get what you're saying. Simultaneously, believe it or not killing random people is generally part of the universal moral code, not specifically the mage moral code. Right, this is kind of like someone saying like, oh, well, you know, Bill over there, he didn't know any better, to not murder his neighbor, because he never took medical school and learned the principle of do no harm. It's like, no, like, yeah, doctors have extra ethics, but the don't murder ethic is a fairly baseline ethic, I would say, that more or less everyone agrees on. Wait, hold on. You beat me. I'll stop the battlefield. I promise. Oh, am I gonna have to choose whether to spare him or not? I loosen my grip around his throat. Mia, this is such an obvious ploy. Damn, you're crazy, Sean. Hey, Ryder, stop your blood fort. Your master's life is in danger. What did I expect? There's no response from Ryder. But hearing Shinji, Saber takes a step back from Ryder. Ryder lowers her dagger. I see her mouth move. This is what you want, right? I hear this abounded field is special, since it's hard to reconstruct another one in the same place. So there won't be another bounded field here again. Take your damn hands off me! That's not how this works. I won. So you do what I say. Shinji, get rid of your command spells. Then we'll never have to fight again. That's ridiculous! I'm not doing that if I get rid of my command spells. I would have his control. Right, if that happens, You won't be a master anymore. Then you go to the church in Shinto. I hear they protect masters who drop out of the war. Or is it something else? Were you lying when you said you made a bounded field to protect yourself? I see what you're saying, Adam. So it's like, it's not a morality thing. It's like a sort of like Harry Potter, the muggles shall not know of mages sort of deal. Gotcha. I didn't say that. I just thought if I became a master and controlled the servants. He thought he could become a mage. But what's the point of becoming one? It's over, Shinji. If you're not going to get rid of your command spells, I'll just have to cut them out. Cut them out? Shinji tilts his head in genuine wonderment. This isn't an act. Shinji really doesn't know what I'm talking about. Well, you see... Shiro, get back! I hear Saber's shout. Maybe it's all the training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's words before my brain processes them. I let go of Shinji and jump back. At the moment, Ryder's dagger swings through the spot I'd been standing in, a heartbeat before. Ryder? Step back, Master. We are retreating. Shiro, please step back. Ryder intends to unleash all of the magical energy she used to maintain the bounded field. Her bounded field. Yeah, makes sense. What? Unleash the magical energy? I look towards Ryder. She does seem odd. The way she just appeared here when she'd been confronting Saber a second ago. The cold air emanating from her. Everything about her is suddenly far more intimidating than she has ever been. Ryder, what the hell are you thinking? You can't even beat me as servant, so what are you talking? Why are you taking the reins? Correct. I am no match for Saber. However, please be assured, my noble phantasm is greater than any of the other servants. No matter the opponent, they cannot match my agility. Ryder raises her dagger. Should just finish Shinji off and had the chance. Huh? Everyone gasps in surprise. For some reason, Ryder presses her dagger to her neck and... What? Slashes her own throat. Red sprays everywhere. Blood gushes from the black-clad rider's pale neck. What? What do you... Shinji is just as surprised as the rest of us. At how extraordinary servants may be, a slashed throat is fatal. Ryder will bleed out and disappear on her own. Huh? What's that? The splattered blood stops midair and slowly forms into a circle. A magic circle drawn in blood. It's a pattern I've never seen before. The design resembles a creature, an ominous creature. Kind of looks spider-like, I guess. Riders created a giant lump of magical energy. The bounded field from earlier seems like child's play compared to this magic circle. What? I'm being pushed back! This must be a truly massive amount of magical energy. I'm being pushed back as if by a strong wind. Shiro, get away. Ryder intends to use her noble phantasm. If you don't move, you'll be caught in it. Saber grabs me and jerks me back. She faces down Ryder and her magic circle as she protects me. Do you intend to run, Ryder? If you're going to drag your master into this, and he'd only defeat you here, I'll not allow you to use your noble phantasm. Of course not. A servant's duty is to protect her master. I am just taking master and running. If you don't like that, come after us, Saber. If, that is, you still have the will to fight after seeing this. A throbbing sound pulses through the school. With the sound of rending flesh, Ryder's hair whirls around her. Whoa, it's the Eye of Sauron. That doesn't sound great. Shiro, get down! Saber tugs my hand and drags me to the ground. There's a roar and then a flash. I close my eyes against the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I still feel its intensity. Something white streaks by. A huge bolt of light shoots down the hallway at tremendous speed. Whoa. Looks like a nuke went off or something. All I see before me is dreadful destruction. Shinji and Ryder are gone. The bolt of light wasn't after us. It's probably a means of escape. My wounds hurt. I feel a hammering in my head again. The heat flowing through my body quickly fades. I don't hear Saber's question. My vision goes blank white.